Live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Hope the bitch that almost killed me today on the highway dies in a fire. Flips over and dies in a fire. Yeah, there's times where I wish I was like in the middle of a Stephen King novel. Did you see the movie Firestarter? She had this ability to start fire on her own just by thinking of it, you know? I wish I had like...
So she's kind of like Carrie, but with fire?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I wish I was just like in the middle of a novel, but I could make it happen where I had the powers. Not to hurt anybody else, just the idiot in the car, you know? Because some assholes on these highways that almost get us all killed, frankly, deserve to get wrecked. Certainly they deserve to have their damn license revoked. Man, it is Wednesday. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday, presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kill. And today I need to punch the broad, the bitch.
Biatch.
That's right. I'm using all of the derogatory terms for chicks. Bleeders. Punch this gal that almost killed me today coming to your house. That is who I'm punching today. In the white, is it a GMC Yukon? Big old thing. This little bitty gal can't drive the damn thing and was speeding on 1604. You know, LG lives somewhere in and around 1604. I don't want to say if it's north, south, east, or westbound 1604, but it's along the giant loop that circumnavigates our giant city. And I'm driving into work today in a construction zone where it's one of those ones that's like if you get pulled over, it's like double the fine if you get a ticket. And it's a 60-mile-an-hour zone because it's full of construction. Of course it is. But you always get the dick butters that want to go 80 miles an hour. I don't know why I said dick butter. I'm talking about a girl. You get these idiots that drive.
Maybe it was the Dwight Howard stuff I mentioned.
Maybe it
earlier.
was the Dwight Howard story that you mentioned, which I might need. I need time to delve into that more, and I need a more credible source than gangster NBA magazines. And maybe we'll do this segment tomorrow. Maybe we'll late punch Dwight Howard. But anyway, you get these assholes that no matter if you're in an 80-mile-an-hour speed zone, they're gonna go 95. If you're in a 40, they're gonna go 60. If it's a school zone, they're gonna go 40. That's the way it is. There are just people in this world that are going to speed, and they all have to learn the hard way, or they never do. You know, they have to get into a wreck, get hurt, total their car, hurt somebody. Before they finally realize, I guess I was being reckless. Yeah. So I'm driving up here today, dude, in a work zone. There's nowhere to go. It's 60 miles an hour, and I look in my rearview mirror, and here she comes. Just coming at my ass, 80 miles an hour on a fucking construction site. Big old Chevy GM, big old long white one. Big old long white one.
I want me some glory hole.
And she comes right up behind me, and she probably had her fucking phone because she had her head down like this, you know. She didn't have her readers on. That would have been really scary. You see someone driving, they're doing this. Oh, she comes barreling, and she looks up and goes, and she has to slam on her brakes, dude. And then she honks at me. Get the fuck out of here, man. And it wasn't like there was I was probably 40 yards from the car in front of me. I hate people that ride your ass. The only way you should be up on someone's bumper is as if it's bumper-to-bumper traffic and you have no control. But people that just get up on your ass and want you to move over piss me off. One of the most negligent dipshits and some of the most idiot people in this city that do this. So she does it to me, and I'm stubborn ass. I'm not going to speed up for you. I'm not going to get over for you. You're the one driving like a dipshit. And she gets all mad and she rips her blinker on and barrels around me, you know. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you think you're going because if you look ahead, there's nothing but red lights, right? Anyway, so she barrels around me, gets up there and then has to stop again, then gets over into her right-hand lane because she's in a hurry and there's nowhere for her to go. So eventually, we just keep cruising. Traffic begins to kind of iron itself out. We get out of the construction zone and I notice her. She's in the right-hand lane, and she's still kind of having to go slower or close to the speed limit because there's cars ahead of her, and I pass her up. It's like the tortoise and the hare theory. You know, she was in such a hurry for nothing because on our highways, with all the construction, it doesn't matter how fast you go, you're not going to get somewhere any faster than anybody else because of the natural flow of traffic. There's a reason why Siri is so fucking accurate when it comes to giving directions and telling you how much time it's going to take for you to get there. She's so accurate because it's mathematical. It's science. People think, I'm going to go, I speed so I can get there faster. No, you don't. Maybe a minute or two. Maybe. Siri is accurate because the natural flow of the traffic is what it is because of other cars and red lights and exit ramps and yield signs and traffic and shit. Speeding is stupid. There's no reason to do it. You don't get there faster.
Do you use Siri to text to me like most of the time?
Most of the time.
I know that. I noticed
You
that.
finally noticed?
No, I've noticed that some of your responses are real generic.
Right.
Like, that's cool. You know, just like...
Thumbs up.
Yeah, just like really stupid. Like, I'm like, what the hell is this?
Rock on, bro.
Well, I know that, like, the way you refer to, using maps as Siri, you refer to it as that's how I can tell you rely on Siri for a lot.
A lot. Yeah, Siri does a lot of things for me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well,
Just wanted to check.
Well, I do a lot of texting while I'm driving because things.
Oh yeah, that's safe.
Things get to it's voice text. That's why they're
Still,
weird.
yeah.
No, and I have my little ear thing in, and so she can hear me, and I just dictate to her.
I don't do that. Like I don't use the voice thing at all. Like
I do it in the car.
I don't. I won't text you until I get somewhere.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
because I won't return the text.
Well, I'm full of ADHD, and I forget shit, and I tend to start things will pop into my head as I'm driving on the highway. Oh, okay, I need to tell LG about something. Hey Siri, text Lawrence. Oh,
I got you.
Hey Siri, text Lawrence.
What do you want to say to Lawrence?
Kiss my ass. Period.
Oh, thanks.
Send it
Very thoughtful.
Repeat it.
to Lawrence. Kiss my ass. Do you want to send it?
No.
Or change it?
So that's what I do in the car. And then oh crap, I need to tell Cleto something. Or crap, I need to tell Nina something. Or I need to make sure I tell my kid. But that's normally when I get thoughts in my head. Because when I'm at home, I put the phone away. I try not to be on the phone all the time. Anyways, but I voice text you from the car. So if it comes off super generic, that's because I'm
You're
voice-
using the suggested responses. Is what
Sometimes
it is.
I do, yeah, because that's why it's dorky and out of character for me. So
I never use Siri like ever.
not even to go places.
Well, I pull up Google Maps
well.
or sometimes Apple
Well, I'm
Maps.
sure that's
if
just
it's
as
like a
effective.
link in my text, it defaults to Apple. But
Yeah.
usually I'll use Google Maps.
That's just as effective. I mean, it is, but
But I like type it in. I don't use any kind of voice control.
no, I don't. I can't be typing. Not while I'm driving, of course.
No,
I don't want
I
to do that.
stop. Yeah,
Right. I'm
old school.
That's responsible. Yeah. To hell, you're like a grandpa. I don't give a shit if my house is on fire. I'm not going to see the message till I get off the freeway and stop. That's fine, and it's the safest thing to do. But she's very accurate, Siri is, when it comes to okay, I need to go to, I don't know, I need to go somewhere on the west side. It'll take 18 minutes. Cool. And she knows, and it's always right when it's as long as she always says. So back to my point, speeding is dumb. You don't get anywhere any faster. And it's dangerous because if you get into a wreck going fast, the odds of you dying or someone's kid because you're a fucking asshole and you hit somebody else goes up exponentially. And so she's like speed racing around me. And then, of course, she gets caught into the natural flow of the fucking freeway that we're on. And I pass her right before I had to exit your exit. And I was going the speed limit. She's going 80, and I still got where I was going before she did because of the natural flow of traffic. And as I pass her, I do this. Fuck you! I would just give her a giant-ass middle finger. Roll the window down, too, so she could see it coming. And I go, fuck you! Remember that scene last year in Philadelphia where Mattress Mac was getting verbally assaulted by idiots in Philadelphia? And he was like, fuck you! Fuck you! It was so shocking because Mattress Mac's this beloved little grandpa. Fuck you, asshole! Fuck you! That's what I was like.
Was he laying down like a $10 million bet that night, or what?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, doing one of his get back money bits. So I just give her a big old fuck you, real violent, and she just turned her head and didn't want to look. Well, so punch that bitch. That's dangerous. She deserves to have her license revoked. But she won't. The cops will pull some granny going 2 miles over, but they never see these people like this. All right, so it's People I Want to Punch, presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kell. Shoot us your punches today. Jump in here on our chat and participate in any and all things you want to talk about. But today, with it being Wednesday, we invite everybody to jump in here and punch folks or talk ball, whatever you want to talk about. We'll go through some of the chats here toward the end of the program. So it's Orlando Kell, the official lawyer of Thunderdome. He brings People I Want to Punch Wednesday. He brings Cowboys Overreact, which will return Sunday after the Rams game. It is a family lawyer for you. Orlando Kell. You can email him or call him or go to his website. Just look up Law Office of Orlando Kell on either Google or Siri or however you look stuff up. It is Orlando Kell law@gmail.com, orlandokell@gmail.com, or 210-775-4995, 775-4995. A lawyer who does it all and specializes in helping dads, which I really, 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 really support as a divorced daddy. So thank you to Orlando. All right.
Hey, Siri, remind me every night at midnight to charge my dildo. Damn it, didn't work.
Didn't work.
Damn it.
Who's the chick you have in the house? She's amazing.
What do you mean? Alexa?
Alexa, yeah, she's incredible. I think she's scary.
Yeah.
This thing you have in this house.
Well, it's different. I use that to control like lights and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird, everything. I feel like there's a chick in the room sometimes. Or it's weird, like your house is haunted. That creeps me out. LG's he's connected. His house is in control of, what's her name again? Amelia? Alexa, I forgot, yeah.
You got to say it real so nothing activates.
Oh, yeah, no shit, right, yeah. I think she watches you take a shit in the bathroom.
Oh, she listens to everything you say.
She listens to you jerk off. Everything you do in this
Everything
house.
you do, yeah.
That's weird.
If you just mention a product, it'll start appearing in like your feeds on social media.
That's
in
crazy.
My house.
I know how it creeped me out the first. I sound like such an old man. It creeped me out the first time that I was in here and I had her. I'm like, Alexa, turn on Mike Taylor's show on iHeartRadio app. Mike Taylor on iHeartRadio app. Today, Taylor talked about the Spurs win last night over Dallas. I'm like, what the? I almost left. I was so scared. I'm fucking Amityville in here. All right, man. It's a big night. I'm stoked. I'm happy. We're supposed to be violent today, but it's difficult. On a day like tonight, we have a long day. I need to make sure I get a nap in so I can be full energetic because we have a late game tonight. You know, y'all wanted more attention. Y'all wanted that Dallas Cowboy treatment. Well, your San Antonio Spurs are getting the Cowboy treatment. What do we have, 20-something games this year or something like that on Natty TV? Good times are being had this year with the Spurs in year one of Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. There's no way to say that in the French accent. Victor Wembanyama. Wemby makes his debut tonight. The NBA, being the NBA, decided to have him start his career off at home against Dallas, the interstate rival, who's in town tonight. The only thing that might kind of mar this game is that the legendary Dallas point guard, shooting guard, world star Luka Doncic is questionable in this game. He's got a tweaked calf muscle. And if I'm Dallas, I'm not going to get his ass hurt worse on opening night just because it's opening night. Although if Luka is, 80% or better, I guess they'll play him. Pardon. But no, he's got a tweaked calf muscle, and calves are bitches to fix. They take a while. Calves can come and go, and you might think you're out of the woods and starting to feel better. Then the next time you dunk or jump or sprint or cut, boom, you feel it again. So having a tweaked calf is a bitch. So Luka's got a tweaked calf. So he's questionable going into the game. So we'll see how things shake down tonight. We are on Natty Television, and this is an ESPN game. It's an 8:30 tip-off tonight. So you boys get a nap. Don't get too loaded too early. It is a work night. I know that most of this city will have a pretty big interest in this game as we begin a new era tonight with Wemby. And if you want to watch this game somewhere, you're thinking, you know what, it's a big game. It's opening night. I'm going to go somewhere and watch the game. That's cool. A lot of sports bars in town will probably be full. And we're going to be watching one. I think LG may be going to the game. Are you highly considering going?
Possibly.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, possibly.
Well, possibly. If you don't, maybe possibly come watch the game with me at the Ringer tonight.
Matt?
If you wind up, no, I totally understand if you wind up going. I was going to go, but I got my responsibilities at the Ringer, which I'm looking forward to. My boy Kevin and those guys over at the Ringer Pub, one of the official sports bars of Thunderdome. We have multiple on Jones Maltzberger and Thousand Oaks tonight. That is where I will be watching the game. Probably going to get there around 8:15, something like that. Grab dinner. Grab a Red Bull at 7. This old man gets tired at 11:30. I fell asleep last night, dude, at 10:30 on top of the covers with my clothes on, according to my girlfriend. She was like, dude, you were snoring your ass off. I had to, roll you over to get into bed. I crashed out with my clothes on top of the bedspread. I was just done. It was a long day, an exhausting day. But anyway, I like to go to bed early these days. God, I'm so old. I need to quit doing talk shows. I'm not cool at all. No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be a fucking fun time tonight. I'm jazzed as hell. Cannot wait to get to the Ringer. Cannot wait to see this game. I am so stoked about Wembanyama. So happy. I am one of these Wembanyama lovers for all the good reasons. I am by no means a homer. No means am I a homer. I am simply reporting you the opinions in my brain that I have judged without my fandom being involved. I am an honest man. I have spent years being honest about the Spurs, and most of it's been negative. Through the end of the Kawhi Leonard saga, through the ridiculous pussy-ass days of LaMarcus Aldridge, it has been a long go since the trade of Kawhi, the having to put up with that pussy-ass Longhorn tea-sipping LaMarcus Aldridge. There she goes again. We may have to kick her out. She's 2 shows in a row now.
Well, at least she's not in the room this
She's
time.
so sweet though. Her little bark it's so violent, but it's so this silly. Shut up! Hey, goddammit! His name is Hank. Someone here? Good Lord! Who doesn't know that you're doing a show? Anyway, she'll be fine. No, I'm totally jazzed for this game. This kid's good. So like I was saying, that's the ghost of Kawhi Leonard haunting me one last time. We had to go through Kawhi. We had to fight through Aldridge. And then it's and then we bring in DeMar DeRozan, who was, one of the most overrated players in my lifetime. And he's a good dude, but terribly overrated. And it's just that sucky no man's land of being just good enough to win 48 games, knowing you're not going to go anywhere. And then they decide to break the whole damn thing down, ship everybody out, bring in a bunch of kids. It's been a long journey. And by no means have we gotten to the promised land. But this is the beginning of the return, the parting of the seas, so we can get from this shitty side of the island to the glorified side of the island, the official parting of the seas, so Wemby can lead us like Forrest Gump leading the hippies to the other side of the promised land. It begins tonight. Victor Wembanyama is going to be, provided he stays healthy, which is the case for everybody in the NBA, he is going to be the next great player, not just for the Spurs, but in this NBA. And he's ours, and I am so stoked to see this. Look, man, is he going to be the Rookie of the Year? Probably. Are they going to win more than 35 games? I think they're going to. I'm not saying they're going to win 55 games, but they're going to go. I think right now the Vegas odds have them at 35, I want to say. I mean, I'm taking the over on that. Not by a ton, but I think they'll win more than 35. There's going to be nights where Wembanyama looks amazing, and we're ready to build a statue. There's going to be nights where he struggles. He's a kid. He's a rookie, and this is the real deal here. This is big boy basketball. This preseason shit's been preseason. And I've known that watching him all preseason, but just watching him and his maneuvers, his actions, how he handles himself, it's going to translate over starting tonight. when he'll face the best everybody has every night. He'll face the best guys on the team. He won't be going against, third-string point guards because it's preseason. He'll be going up against LeBron and Steph Curry and Luka Doncic, hopefully, provided Luka's healthy tonight, and all the studs of the league. And all these bruisers around the NBA that want to check his ass and see if he can stay upright with that skinny frame of his. He's going to get elbowed. He's going to get spit on. He's going to get stepped on. They're going to shit with him. They're going to check. They're going to mess with him. They're going to. And that's where he's got to get around it. Well, he was saying yesterday, speed beats physicality, and I'll just use my speed and get around folks. I'm taller than everybody in the league, so I'll use that to my advantage too. He's ready mentally. He is ready. He is mature enough to handle it. And we'll start watching it all tonight. I'm not saying they're going to the playoffs, but man, I'm super excited. The future is now. I'm not saying they're going to win the title, but there's now hope. There's light over there. There is a place that this thing is going. For 5 years in this city, we've not had any idea where this thing was going. Well, we knew where it was going. They were going to have to eventually just tank and get into the top of the draft and hope that they get lucky and have this particular pick, and it worked out. Thank God. But for 5 years, it's just been listing. You're just kind of out there at sea, floating, hoping that a bird flies over with a note and tells you where the land is. It's been a long 5 years. Just couldn't be happier, couldn't be more excited, thrilled that we have some hope now. And it all starts tonight at 8:30. And if you were looking for a spot to watch the game, come out with me. We're not going to do a show or anything. I might pop open the phone for a minute and, do a video or something. But
hey, Twitter world,
we're not going to have a full-blown show. So this is a lot of times when we do shows out at places, a lot of y'all think it's cool to watch us do our shows. But honestly, I like them. And it's cool to go out and do shows in public. But we don't get much of an opportunity just to hang with Thunderdome. This is an opportunity to just hang out, drink some beer, watch the game, shoot the shit, have a good time. So if you're looking for a spot to watch the game, come out to the Ringer Pub tonight, Jones Maltz Burger and Thousand Oaks, and watch Spurs Dallas with us tonight. I'm planning to stay for the whole game. If it's a blowout, I might leave early, but I'm going to stay there. I'm planning to stay for the whole game. The NBA got up and running last night. Had 2 games. Denver smashed the Lakers with LeBron playing just 29 minutes because they've got him on a minutes restriction no matter what. They could have let him play the whole game, and maybe he leads the Lakers back into the game, but they're getting their ass kicked. They're playing Denver, and they're going to stick to their minutes restriction for LeBron. And the Lakers get their ass kicked by the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets. What else last night? CP3. He made his debut for San Francisco. But the Warriors, they lose to Phoenix. The NBA is wide open. Outside of Denver, Denver's clearly above everybody else. I mean, Denver's just lucidly the best team in the NBA. But other than Denver, it's a pretty wide open league, man, which is why I'm hopeful for the Spurs' chances this year. Not to challenge Denver for the top seed, but for a chance to challenge for a playoff spot. Why the hell not make a run at a postseason spot if you can? Why the hell not? I hate the play-in game. It is what it is. They're here to stay forever. The Spurs, there's no reason why the Spurs can't at least have an opportunity to compete for a play-in game at the end of the year. And it's not just Wemby. Sure, he has an effect on everybody because of who he is and just the trickle-down effect that he's going to have on everybody else that plays with him. But they've got some young kids on this team that are now ready to do some winning too. This is not just Wembanyama. And people around the NBA that don't know, fans around the NBA are going to be, my brother's going to be asking me in 2 months, who the fuck's Devin Vassell? It's Vassell, and he's really good. And, who the hell's Keldon Johnson? And this Jeremy Sochan, how do you say that? Sohan. That kid's good. Yeah, he's good. They've got some ballers on this team. They're hungry. They're young. They're tough. There ain't no sugar in these britches. This isn't a bunch of young babies. These kids have paid their dues. They've worked their asses off, and they're ready to do some winning. And I can't wait to see it all start tonight at 8:30 against Dallas, and I'll be at the Ringer Pub. So come out and watch ball with us tonight. Should be a hell of a good time. All right, it's Taylor Live. It's presented in part not only by the law office of Orlando Kell, but also R&R Auto Glass up by the airport at 281 in Tacoma. If you have a busted glass, not this kind, in your car, if you bust a windshield, you've got a messed up window, maybe. And I forget about. I need to mention this more in these live spots. Sometimes maybe the little motor or the little gadget down inside the door panel screws up, and the window won't roll up or down properly. They'll fix that too. It's not just shattered glass, busted glass. They'll fix that too. They do sunroofs, and they're Puro Thunderdome. As always, go see the fine familia-owned San Antonio zone folks at R&R Auto Glass up by the airport at 281 in Tacoma. And as always, they take all insurances. And as always, if you mention me, you will get yourself a Taylor Especial in the form of a discount. Go get some money knocked off your total bill by mentioning me. All right. Football, of course, is still in the middle of everything. It's an NBA-laden day, but we got Cowboys and Rams on Sunday as the Cowboys come off the bye week. It's the NFL, Holmes. I have no idea what to ever expect, in the league, but the Cowboys are 4-2, and the Niners have now lost 2 in a row. The Eagles have lost, and Jalen Hurts is banged up. Everything the Cowboys still want to do is right there ahead of them. So we'll have Overreact on Sunday on my. I think I'm going to do it on Facebook this time. I did Instagram last week. We'll have Overreact after the Rams game presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. And college football, of course, is about to get back up and running this weekend. UTSA is rolling, and this was so funny when I saw this. It's another one of these cheesy things that Jeff Traylor does, but totally works because he's so genuine with it. The first guy that I ever heard use this phrase was Bill Parcells. I don't know where he got it, but Bill Parcells. That's that Bill Parcells. Parcels. At Bill Park, we got to bring that goddamn Bill Parcells in here. No, it was Parcells that used to say, "Don't eat the cheese." And the Cowboys would hang these rat traps into the ceiling, right? And that was, I remember when I was covering the team for Mickey Dallas one year, and we walk into the Cowboy locker room, and it's like, what the fuck? They had taken a bunch of these big rat traps you get at Home Depot or wherever, tied strings to them, and tacked them into the ceiling. And so it looked like decoration. It was crazy. There was like 100 mouse traps literally hanging from the ceiling. Parcells had that done to tell the guys on the team, don't eat the cheese. Don't buy the hype, Don't forget that you're one shitty game away, or you're 3 interceptions away from getting beat.
Dak Prescott sucks.
That's unfortunate. But you know what I'm saying. So Traylor's doing this week up at UTSA. And you saw this, right, LG? So they put rat traps everywhere in the room. And the way I read it is that they didn't have them set. They just put them out. They didn't cock the hammer because they had them on the floor spread out, I think. Just a reminder, don't eat the cheese, road runners, don't eat the cheese. Somebody over there decides to take one of the rat traps, cock the hammer, and then put it on Traylor's podium that he uses to address the team in the room. And Traylor didn't see it. Jeff just being Jeff, he probably just walked. He never looked. He just walks up, slams his hand on the podium. Let's talk about the game this week. He goes over there and slams his hand down. Bam! Nails his finger and just bashes the tip of his finger. Here's Traylor yesterday. They were asking him about it, and he's like, yep, some asshole decided to turn my own gag on me. There's Traylor yesterday talking about getting his finger broke on the damn deal.
The world wants to know how your finger's doing.
I pushed through. I got on some of my guys that weren't doing conditioning out there because of their injuries, and I'm like, look, if I can push through my severe pinky break on the end, you guys can push through your little nagging injuries. So they all had a good time at my expense today, which is usually the way it rolls around here.
Can we get a look at it?
Hell, No, it's just right there.
Yeah.
We're getting closer. I think I'll be a game time decision,
Yeah.
JJ. I might go through the walk with a cast on, but it's gonna be okay.
Have you solved the mystery of who set it up?
I'm still, my odds are Brandon Madison and Donye Taylor, but no confessions yet. So I'm watching out.
How was that message landing? What you wanted to see in practice in terms of the
They were
donut,
great
the cheese?
today. They were great. They understand why we've gotten better. They know it's because we practice and we have a good attitude, and just incrementally, you just keep stacking them. And I know that's 4 years y'all had to hear the same corny stuff, but there is no secret. If there was a magic pill, everybody would take it. And it's just not easy. It's heavy. It's very heavy. That's why it's so hard to do it. And especially this time of year, we've been at this for a long time. So
all right, that's
really
good.
proud of
That's
how we
basically
practiced
that's
today.
the gist of it there. Traylor getting ready. They're playing like 1-6 East Carolina. And so that's the reason why he chose to do that this week with the Rat Traps. Okay, you've won the first 3 games in conference. They look really good these last 3 weeks. The defense didn't even give up a touchdown last week. The only reason why, whoever the hell Florida Atlantic, damn Tom Herman, Tom Herman. The only reason why they give up 10 is because it was a pick 6 that Frank threw. That's all right. So they play a shitty team this week, and he don't want them to breathe. He doesn't want them to all of a sudden, lay down, and he don't want them to pull a Longhorns and play to the level of their opponent, which is why we got the whole eat the cheese bit, pretty good bit. Shit, I would have been pissed if that happened to me. Who the fuck put this up here? I would have been so pissed off. I would have been screaming at everybody. Would have given myself a sports hernia. Probably.
Yeah, broken fingertips, no joke.
Dude. Yeah, no shit. You speak from experience.
Exactly.
You and that hooker, you broke your finger off in one night. Whether it's a rat trap or the inside of a hooker, don't matter.
It was on the outside of a hooker, not the inside.
My
Let's
bad.
be clear.
Okay, still a hooker. However you broke it, it was on a hooker, not in a hooker. So we'll see if some muckraker snitches and tells Traylor who put the thing up there. Honestly, that shows toughness. I love that, and the fact that he got hurt's pretty funny. It's funny. I'm just goofing. I wouldn't be pissed. It's actually pretty funny. All right, we need golfers. I need golfers. I do want to talk Longhorns here for a moment, but we need golfers for Monday, and it's going to be cool. So make sure you bring your jacket. It is the 3rd annual Gary Rich Golf Classic, which we support very hard. We need just at this point, I think they only have room for 2 teams. If you've got 4 buddies or 3 buddies, and y'all want to go in together, it's $650 for a 4-man team. Every cent goes to the Kendall County Women's Shelter, which I support very much from my childhood history living in a women's shelter. And my heart has always been with every women's shelter in America. And we help the Kendall County Women's Shelter on Monday. I'll be out there playing. We will not have a show Monday. Unless LG convinces me to record one Sunday night, which is possible. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. But otherwise, I will be playing golf on Monday because of the golf classic that we're going to play in. We've got a Thunderdome team I'll be playing with. However, if Thunderdomers right now, and there's the sign that LG's posted, there's a QR code on there too. If you're Thunderdome and you sign up now or till Monday and go out there and play with us, I promise I will play at least 2 holes with you.
2 what?
Right? Or if you're just an individual, you want to play golf with us on Monday, we'll find a place for you. Just come out and play. You can pay for individual. You can pay an individual fee to come play with us. If you're Thunderdome, contact me if you're playing in this because I want to make sure that we hang out with you for at least a couple of holes. All right? All right. So sign up, play golf with us. We got a few slots left, not many, but they've opened it up, and we've got some more slots going into Monday. We should be cool on Monday, so wear your jacket, but we're going to have a hell of a good time. I mentioned Tom Herman. I forgot Tom Herman was at Florida Atlantic until last week. Once again, Tommy Herman and his Florida Atlantic get their asses handed to them by UTSA. It was 36-10, a pure scissor kick. And so the runners are 3-0. Their defense has been fantastic. And they kind of fell off the radar because they didn't play very well in the first part of the season. And so everyone kind of forgot about him there for a minute. Traylor loves that shit. That's right. Let him forget about us. He didn't want to be on the radar. He loved it. And he was able to regroup, get healthy. It helps you're playing, not Tennessee. It helps that you're playing conference games now. And they're off to a 3-0 start, and he doesn't want them to eat the cheese. Longhorns, Herman's old team, the Longhorns, they pissed me off. And, of course, every time I try to show a little bit of faith in Texas is on me. The Dallas Cowboys of college football, the Texas Longhorns, go into Houston last Saturday. I know it's Wednesday, but I never got a chance to get this off my chest. Punch Steve Sarkisian, the head coach of the University of Texas. And I like Steve. It's going to take him longer than I thought to get all that yellow belly, all that soft yellow belly he's got out of the program. A team that for a decade refuses not to play down to the level of its opponents. It's so ridiculous. If we're playing Bama, we go out there and we play great football. We're playing fucking Houston, and we go out there and tank. It sucks. I'm sick of it, and Longhorn fans that are closer to the program than me got to be sick of it too. It's awful. They go out there and they just beat the shit out of Houston in the first half. Chill. Take the foot off the gas. Oh, I hate that cliche. And how many times have we said it with UT? Took the foot off the gas. Didn't respect the opponent. Let up. That's what pussy programs do. And they damn near let Houston beat them. Houston sucks. Houston's awful. They're bad. And the Longhorns survived 31-24. And they've lost Quinn Ewers in the process. That was an ugly win that could haunt them. That's how you follow up the Oklahoma game? And you have a bye? You play great against Oklahoma right up until the last part of the game where you let that kid from the hellscape run down the field on your ass and stun you. And they get a bye week after that. And you spend 2 weeks licking your chops, you're licking your wounds after the Oklahoma game. Then you start licking your chops because you're playing shitty Houston. And you go out there and it turns into a one-game score. That's bullshit. University of Texas, you ain't serious yet. You're getting better. I like your coach. I like your scene. I like where you're going. But, boy, it's just taking a long time to get all that football herpes out of that program, man. And Ewers is now hurt. It's a grade 2 AC joint in the shoulder of the throwing shoulder. And we're going to get Malik Murphy this week starting for Texas. Frankly, pretty excited about that. And honestly, I've supported Quinn Ewers. I like him. I like his moxie and his swagger. I don't know that he's it. I'm not giving up on him. He still has NFL talent, and look how awesome he was at Bama this year. But then he goes out and plays shitty against Houston. And I don't know that he's a leader, because if he's a true badass leader of that room, he ain't letting them almost blow that lead in the second half. He was just he gets hurt, so it didn't really matter. So Malik Murphy, who a lot of Longhorns have been wanting to see anyway, he's going to start against BYU. And they've got BYU and Kansas State. BYU, which is strangely a conference game. Texas plays BYU this week. And I'm uneasy about Quinn Ewers. If Murphy plays great, we'll have to get back in here on Monday and discuss and figure it out. All right, back to them Cowboys as they get ready to take on the Rams on Sunday. Dak Prescott sucks. So Jerry yesterday went on one of his 14 radio shows in the Metro 6, K-Bag, I think he was on, and says that he's willing to trade. He's willing to participate in a trade. The trade deadline's Halloween, Tuesday, on the 31st. Says he's willing to trade, but he will not initiate talks.
I want me some glory hole.
If there's glory hole out there, he'll jump into it, but he ain't going to go. He's not going to go to the door and he's not going to ring the doorbell, knock on the door, and give the mistress $40 and wait for the glory hole. It's going to have to come to him. It's going to have to be home service glory hole.
I am the one who knocks.
What I mean by that is if someone calls the Dallas Cowboys and they want to make an offer, Tennessee's tanking, it looks like. I mean, if you have an opportunity to trade for Derrick Henry, and it's a third or fourth round pick, I think that's basically what Jerry was saying. If we get something right in our laps, it makes us better immediately, I might do it. But otherwise, I'm not going to go chasing folks. So we'll see. I honestly, Who loves the running game scene right now? You in love with it? I'm not. And this is what I worried about all the last couple of years. And look, I was ready to move on from Zeke. But Tony Pollard has been exposed. Tony Pollard is terrific in a platoon sitch. Being the man, he's been just okay. He's good. He's still the same dude. He needs some thunder to his lightning, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure if they're playing other guys enough. I almost feel like they're relying too much on Pollard some. But we'll see. Starts on Sunday. We'll see where things are. Cowboys coming off a bye and a hard-fought win on the road in L.A. against the Chargers. And by the way, this is funny because, one of the little sidebar stories going into Sunday was the return of Brett Maher, the Cowboys quarterback who was terrific right up into the last part of the season where he no longer could make a freaking extra point. He was like Steve Sax syndrome trying to throw the ball to first, and he couldn't do it. And so the Rams bring him in. He makes the Rams in training camp. And the first 5 weeks of the season, Brett Maher looked like good Brett Maher. And then last week missed 3 kicks. And the Rams cut his ass. They didn't even give him a mulligan game. He's been great. Nope. As soon as he shows signs of, losing it mentally like he did last year, the Rams dump him. And so Brett Maher, he gone. All right. We need a boogie, Holmes. You got we're still going to break the law? You bet your ass. It's 10:40 on the Mike Taylor Live Podcast. See. Breaking the law. F the MLB. All right. Boy, the World Series is set, Holmes. The World Series is set. All you Thunderdomers right now watching this or listening to this, and everybody on the chat, raise your hand if you pick Rangers Snakes in spring training in the World Series. Get your damn hand down. Nobody did. Nobody picked it. This is an incredible World Series. It is Rangers and Diamondbacks, and Game 1 is Friday night in Arlington. The D-backs were just not the D-bags or the ball sacks. They were just okay. I mean, they won 84 games, which, okay, that's a decent team. But they have turned into, they pulled the Rangers. They've basically done almost carbon copy what the Rangers have done in this run. Arizona turned into an insidious serpent. We'll make a lot of snake jokes in the next week. And here's Arizona in the freaking World Series after beating Philadelphia last night. This World Series, Rangers and Snakes, if you were to tell me it was going to be that back in March, I would have told you that makes about as much sense as a trapdoor on a kayak. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. But boy, like the great Ron Washington once said, that's how baseball go. And how baseball go this year is Texas, Arizona in the World Series. I mean, the Rangers are a surprise, kind of, because the Rangers had a good record and played well most of the year, overachieved some. They were streaky, but it's perhaps even more shocking that the Diamondbacks. Did I just old man whistle? And that was not even a bit. That was. And
normally you do that on purpose.
Yeah, that was not on purpose. Good Lord. The Diamondbacks were never in the mix. They just kind of crept in the corner and won enough games to stay in contention and benefited from the new wild card rules and such. This is an Arizona club that the Rangers are getting ready to take on that only won 84 games. The Diamondbacks didn't even score more runs than they surrendered last year. Thank you for whoever just put in the $5 subscriber tip. Appreciate you. The Diamondbacks were minus 15 in run differential. That's insane. No club has gone to the World Series with a worse run differential since the 1987 Minnesota Twins. Minnesota was outscored in the 87 regular season by 20 runs and went to the World Series. But that Twins team was good. I don't know, I just off the top of my head, I don't know who got hurt or why the Twins didn't win as many games or didn't score as many runs in 87, but that 87 Twins team in the playoffs was fucking great. And thank you, man. Well, here come the money. The Twins, they had Kirby Puckett, Kent Herbeck, Dan Gladden. They had some damn good ball players. They had Jack Morris at the front end of the rotation. They had a sensational closer in the great Juan Berenguer. That was a damn good Twins team back in 87. I just hit y'all with some names y'all haven't thought about in a while. This Diamondbacks team were a bunch of unknown kids. And they go into Milwaukee and just sweep the Brewers, sweep the bad Dodgers. I mean, they did what the Rangers did, swept their way to the NLCS. And just like the Rangers, were down 3-2 in the NLCS, going on the road to have to go play in Philadelphia, and won both games. So seeing all that, putting it all together and getting up to speed with Arizona and not trying to underrate them and trying to give them their propers and their respect for what they've done in the last 2 weeks of the postseason, the Taylor Power Index is ready to make an official pick on the World Series. Rangers in 6, bitches. The Rangers are too hot. They are rolling. They are very good. The Rangers, they beat the shit out of Tampa Bay, slaughtered Baltimore, were clearly better than Houston all series long, by the way. And I said this on yesterday's show, or the day before, and yesterday. We replayed yesterday's show, we replayed our live chat we did during Game 7 from the night before. And I said on that show, even when the Rangers lost those 3 games to Houston in Arlington, at no point did I ever think Houston was better than Texas. That was an upset. And the Astros are very, very good. You know, it wasn't like the Rangers caught the Astros slipping. The Astros are very, very good, but the Rangers are just better. They've got the best offense in baseball. They've got Alvin's own Nathan Eovaldi, who was just a freaking stud in the postseason in his career. They've got Jordan Montgomery, who has turned into frickin' Madison Bumgarner, to steal a Bruce Bochy old school pitcher. They're rolling, man. Their offense is great. They've got good pitching. Their bullpen worries the shit out of me. And had this been Rangers Philadelphia, I'm probably picking Phillies. Honestly, if this is Rangers Braves or Rangers Dodgers, I'm picking them, not Texas. But the Rangers, dare I say, no disrespect to the Snakes, the Rangers have been done a favor by the baseball gods, because I don't think the Rangers beat the Phillies. I think they handle Arizona. The Rangers are about to win their first World Series. Give me the Rangers in 6. That is the Taylor Power Index pick. All right, what about my Astros? And we'll get into some chats here. Dusty Baker, according to several reports, is retiring. The great Dusty Baker, who came in, took over the Astros when they were in the middle of all that horse shit a few years back, coming off the cheat and all that shit, the scandal. They went and brought. They needed a respected man in the room, and they went and brought Dusty in. Dusty, who had done everything in his career except win the World Series, wins them one last year. Nothing but love. He's going to the Hall of Fame. The Astros do have some issues they need to address, starting with pitching. I don't know what Verlander's going to be 40. Framber Valdez was a massive disappointment this year. Hell, Christian Javier shit the bed in Game 7. They need a younger voice, I think, in that room, a younger Gen X type guy in that room. They've got issues, but the great Dusty Baker has done everything he could possibly do in that game, and he's a no doubt Hall of Famer. And it's probably the timing's good, but yeah, Dusty Baker looks like he is stepping down. All right, before we get into some of the chats and punches, big thank you yesterday to a guy called Ben Brunton and his crew, his staff over at Prestige Motorsports. If you've been watching our 3 Cents podcast, and I beg you to do that. A lot of you Thunderdomers, y'all know that I'm doing another project right now, 3 Cents podcast, with Ernie Zuniga and Cleto Rodriguez and Mike Taylor. I've had a blast on that show. Look, there's some video of it yesterday. Me in my cool Wemby shirt. Why am I so serious right there? Oh, I'm addressing Will Smith, right?
Yeah,
Is that
you're
what
talking,
I'm doing?
yeah, talking directly to Will.
Yeah, I needed to send a message to the actor and rapper Will Smith yesterday. Anyway, so that's us. right there in the hallway of the main lobby of Prestige Motorsports, a really badass luxury, like King Abdullah type luxury cars. It's a car club. They also have a boutique in there. It's totally open to the public. And they had us out there yesterday. So thanks to Prestige Motorsports for having the 3 Cents podcast out there, which we're going to start doing 2 a week starting now. My ass is busy. The next episode will run tomorrow, right, LG? At 11? Is that the plan now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to run it right after this show ends.
Very good. Yeah. Okay, cool. So
we're on a hard out tomorrow at 11.
All right. Okay. So take it all the way to 11 and get a hard out.
Yeah. Let's try to.
You need me to be hard when we go out. I need to be hard when we go out.
Yeah.
Or a hard out.
Yeah.
I misunderstood
Either
what
way,
you said.
as long as we get out by 11.
What about both?
That's up to you.
Okay,
if that's
cool.
how you do it, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll pop a hard on and get out right at 11 o'clock just to show my talents.
By the way, I finally got somebody to punch.
Oh,
we can
cool.
save that if you're trying to say something.
No, let's do it. Go for it. Yeah, no.
I want to punch that asshole pilot who took a bunch of shrooms and tried to kill 80-something people. Did you hear about this?
The private jet that clipped?
No, there was a dude. He was he was a co-pilot, but not flying. And apparently he took a bunch of mushrooms. I think it was Alaska Airlines. He tried to turn off the engine mid-flight.
A commercial airliner?
Yeah. It just came out yesterday. This dude tried to turn off the engine. So punch him again. Being charged. They stopped him somehow. The other pilot stopped him, but he's being charged with over 80 counts of attempted murder.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah, hey, fuck off. You have to go to prison now.
Yeah,
like
for a long time.
50 years.
And he blamed it on it was his first time taking psychedelics.
Well, I don't know. Okay, understood. 50 years, dipshit. 50 years. Fucking moron. I'm glad you did. I don't need you to tell me those things. I don't fear flying, but in the back of your head, haven't you ever wondered, what if the pilot just decide, you know what? Fuck this shit.
I mean, you're at the mercy of
I know.
Yeah.
Fix this shit, Rick.
Some upset Des Bryant pilot just decides to yeah.
Yeah, and also
Don't you worry about
airplanes
that?
flying around with fake parts as well, you know.
Fake parts.
You don't pay attention to aviation news at all.
I don't watch the news anymore like I used to. And why
Yeah,
would I?
apparently there was some
By
company.
the way, time out. I want you to finish what you're about to say. LG has a strange obsession with aviation news.
Well, I used to fly a lot.
Are you still pissed off with the Boeing
Hell
747?
yes. It's a 747 Max or something. 737
yeah.
Max.
I'm sorry.
yes.
Go ahead. What were
And
you
I've
gonna
flown
say?
on that plane since.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you hated it.
Oh, I hated every minute of it. I took a
Bitched about it
picture
on
and
Twitter all day.
updated my will and everything.
Told your brother to take care of the dog. Well, shit, dude. I can't believe that happened. That's disturbing.
Very disturbing.
This is why I don't watch the news. What's the point in you telling me that? You just mess my head up. That's all you do.
Well, apparently there's been some company out of the UK that's been selling fake airplane parts, and a bunch of the airliners have been buying and installing them. Now they're searching through all their airplanes for these parts. Yeah.
That's the terror I fear. You know, I don't. It's one thing to get blown up in a coffee shop. You know, it's one thing to have idiots. You know, have a mass shooting. I fear when these sumbitches are sitting in a room on the other side of the world and they've hacked into a grid and they start making planes fall out of the sky. Computers fail. That's the terrorism that I fear. This kind of goes hand in hand with that kind of shit.
Map.
Map.
Yeah. Safe travels and safe flights out there,
God.
everybody.
Yeah, I'd still rather fly Alaskan than Spirit or Budget Air.
Oh, for sure.
Good God.
Yeah. Or Lion Air.
Lion Air. Yeah, lying your ass off air. 10:52. All right, what's up? I am 3, happy as hell. Rangers made the World Series. I'm excited for the Spurs season to start for the first time since 2018. That's a good point. This is the first Spurs season since 2018. Doesn't it feel like it really hasn't been the Spurs for 5 years? That's a good point. I love that. David, I am back and forth between Google Maps and Waze. I heard Waze is pretty reliable.
Yeah, Google actually bought out Waze several years ago.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, all of them are good. My point is there's no need for you to speed because you're not going to get anywhere. Now, some assholes going 30 on the freeway, that's dangerously slow. But my point is, you assholes that go 20 miles over the speed limit, if you're going 10 over, no big deal. Most of us do. But you're going 80 and a 60 or 90 and a 70, you're an asshole. And the thing is, you're also stupid because you don't understand math and basic grids and data and flow of traffic and lights and yield signs and such. There's a reason why Siri or Waze or Google Maps are so accurate with their directions and the time it takes to get there because of the traffic flow. So there's no need to speed. You're not getting it anywhere any faster than anybody else does. David's in here. Punch the people that run Baptist hospitals. $12,000 bill for 2 hours in an x-ray. $18K bill for my daughter's most of the day ER visit. This is billed, not what I paid, but good Lord, what the hell, that's the bill. I mean, it's, hey man, like anything in this country, everything's a business. It's about making money off you. It's about making money. How much money does cancer make the health industry in this country? Trillions. We are not in the curing business. We're in the treating business. We want to make your disease more tolerable. We don't want to cure it because if we cure it, then there's no disease to treat and we can't make money. I'm very cynical toward many things, but the health industry in this country being one of them. Navarro punched the surgeon who said my daughter needed surgery without looking at the x-ray sent to his office. Just assume. That's another thing. I don't trust doctors. And Doc Garrett will be the first to tell you this. If a doctor tells you need surgery, go get a second opinion. And if that doctor agrees, that's fine. Because there are so many doctors that make so much money off surgeries, they recommend surgery when really you don't need it. It's not going to kill you to have the surgery, but it's invasive. It's a hell of a thing to have your body cut up like that, but they make big money on that, man. Tex-Mex Frank, Buenos Dias Taylor. There is huge, great energy in San Antonio today. Can you give El Wimby and the Mayor's Sports Thunderdome grito? Sure. All right, that grito brought to you by San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official soccer club of Thunderdome. If you're looking to put your kid into a high-tone, very awesome soccer league, it is my boys at SA City Soccer Club. We were just up there on the north side on the Speck Road location. There's many locations throughout the city. We went out there and officially christened Thunderdome Field, and then watched the game, had some lunch, and it was a good time had by all. This is the premier, most bestest soccer club in this city. This program is for the kids. We love the kids. We support the kids. And this is the best soccer club in town. Love y'all hard. Muchas gracias, San Antonio City Soccer Club. Thank you to Ruben. $5 donation today. Boogie on me. Go Rangers. Oh, he paid for Boogie. Go Rangers indeed. Rangers in 6. That's my pick. A lot of y'all are pissed that I picked the Rangers. I mean, I would have picked the Phillies. I would have picked the Dodgers. I would have picked the Braves. But the Rangers are clearly better than Arizona. And if the Rangers do not beat the Diamondbacks this coming week, it is an upset. They are better than them, man. Mario, y'all, them, even the gritos are sponsored. Hell yeah, I mean, why? Hey, tell me what gets more attention. Tom Herman sucks. Brought to you by, or that's brought to you by somebody. Hey, man, I'm trying to get a return to our companies that do business with us. Our partners want a return. They ain't just throwing us money because they think we cool. They're trying to get a return. So I'm going to do the best content leading into a live spot that I possibly can. And there's our ender for the day.
I've got a lot better at this YouTube.
That's it. We're done. We'll be back tomorrow as we'll totally overreact on Fart Drop Thursday to the Spurs-Dallas game tonight. We'll be Spurs heavy tomorrow and other shit that comes down the deal. I'm going to go watch the Spurs game tonight at the Ringer. If y'all got nothing to do, come out and drink a beer. Hell, drink one and go home. You don't have to stay here the whole time, but y'all come out and say what's up. Let's take some pictures. Let's post some stuff on Facebook or whatever. I'm at the Ringer Pub tonight. I'll get there around 8 o'clock. Spurs Dallas tonight. I'll be at the Ringer. Y'all come watch the Spurs with me. Love y'all hard. See you on this show mañana. Peace out. Peace out.
Come back, you puppy!
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
Toasty!
This is a Bronx-bound